They will speak to us on the power of connection and collaboration.
Thank you. International Women's Day is a much needed time to cheer women on. So I'm really glad that we're here today to connect, collaborate, and to take action that leads to positive change. Because success doesn't happen in isolation. It won't come from staying home. It comes from turning up and making those connections. This year I want to talk about the power of women. Women are natural leaders and we build lives that impact families, communities and entire generations. The truth though is that we don't do this alone. We exchange wisdom over coffee chats and late night conversations. We lift each other up through ways that can not only support our success, but make it inevitable. However, when it comes to business, and you may relate to this, many of us try to do it alone. Can you relate? So imagine if instead you approach business the way you approach friendship, through deep connection, trust, conversations, collaborations. Imagine what would happen if you didn't try to do it all yourself, and instead you reached out further to partnerships and to the power of support networks. Because the truth is, the strong women, they're not the women who do it alone. The strongest women are the ones who understand the power of friendship, relationship, connection, and collaboration. I'm seeing nods, I like that. So think of the most successful women that you know. They didn't hide themselves away. They showed up. They introduced themselves. They made connections that led to collaborations that turned into success. For example, just think of Oprah Winfrey. She's the most successful woman in the world, but also the most independent. And yet she didn't do it alone. Oprah succeeded because she surrounded herself with a diverse group of people who assisted her to turn her vision into a reality. Connection and collaboration are key to your growth and to the growth of your business. The most successful businesses, they don't grow from someone sitting in isolation, although it might seem that way. It grows from everything that they do when they connect with other people who spark those ideas and who support them and who contribute to the growth of that business. It's important to know that when we do get support and we do collaborate with others, it never takes away from your idea being your idea. And it never diminishes everything you've done so far. Let me tell you, even as a sole trader, success is not a solo journey. Every great life, every great business was built on relationships. Back at the beginning when I was starting my business, She Talks, I thought I had to do everything by myself. I thought I had to figure it all out, all alone. Or else I couldn't call myself a success. And then I realized something really important. Success doesn't come to those who sit at home behind a computer firm. It comes to those who show up and meet people. The moment I stepped out, I went to events, I created connections, I formed collaborations. Everything changed for me and my business. My opportunities expanded, my business grew organically, and the most important part, I realized I was never meant to do it alone. Have you recently hesitated about going to an event? or going over to meet someone new. And I get it, I really do get it. However, as uncomfortable as it is, and even stressful, especially when we're tired and we don't want to go out, we'd rather stay at home. Every person that you were meant to meet, that you didn't, that's a missed opportunity. Okay, I'll get you to think about it like this. We all have multiple opportunities, yes? Yes? We have multiple opportunities, each of us. So if you took A, if you chose A, you would experience that path. If you chose B, you would experience that. So every choice that you make gives you your reality, right? So once we know what we want and what's relevant and necessary for the growth of our business, we then start to make the decisions that get us on the right path. Every choice that you make, whether you make it or not, so the choice that you do make and the choices that you don't make, that's creating your future. If I had stayed in last Tuesday because it was a weeknight and I didn't attend this event because it would get me home after my bedtime, I wouldn't have met the woman who booked me to speak at her next event, or the woman who asked me to coach her on her speaking. And I'll be honest, I did think about not going, only I refused to get in my own way, and I went. I put on my big girl pants, that's the saying I like to say, and I pushed myself out the door, and I went. When we go out, it can change everything. That one conversation, that one event, and not just sitting in our chair and sitting back, actually engaging and interacting. Like I say, making those connections that lead to collaborations. Your next collaboration is waiting for you to say hi. Your next client, you haven't even met yet. And your next break, it's actually in a room you haven't stepped into yet. And you will make friends along the way. Those kind of people who support and cheer your big idea. Have you ever heard of the redwood forest, the redwood trees? Yeah. So I first found out about them when I went to California, and these trees go over 100 metres high. And here's the interesting thing about these trees. Their roots don't actually go down, they go wide. And that's because their roots connect. Each tree does not stand tall or strong solely because of its own strength. It stands tall because it's connected with other trees. That's what collaboration is. And that's who we are. We as women, we're redwoods. We grow strong and we succeed through collaboration. Think about the undergrowth under the redwoods. Much like your garden, it doesn't thrive from there being one plant. There's many plants and each plant supports the other. There's a real diversity. It's an ecosystem and it couldn't thrive otherwise. I'm going to ask that you think about where you go as something like your garden, that you need that diversity, that it is that diversity that gives you the ecosystem that allows you to survive and succeed. And not just you, the other person or the other people. Together we create the spaces that allow us to grow, that allow us to express our unique voice, and our businesses, they can then streamline and flourish. Note, your biggest breakthrough actually, your biggest aha, might just come from meeting someone who sees something about you that those that know you don't. Others can give us insights that we might not get anywhere else. You were not meant to build your business alone. So allow me to hand you a challenge. I'm going to give you 3 and then you can choose one, okay? The first one is attend that event you're thinking about attending. The second one is say yes to invitations more. Go out, meet a diverse group of people. And 3, today, I want you to meet someone and arrange to have a coffee, chat, catch up, hopefully in person, before the end of next month. Yeah, I see some smiles over there. Because every conversation, every handshake, every introduction, that can lead you to your next level of success. Because that way, your best is yet to come. How would your life and the life of the world benefit if you showed up? Thank you for receiving me today. If you have any questions, I welcome you to come and talk to me. Ladies, happy International Women's Day. And gentlemen, thank you for being here.